Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Coping with Life, Disabled and Mentally Ill. I am your host, Scott. You know, it's Saturday, by the way. Hey, it's Saturday. So, take risks. That's what this episode is going to be about. My mental health isn't the greatest right now. I'm doing my best, feeling a little sluggish, but I'm doing my best. That's all I can do. So, take risks. You know, if you have ambitions, if there's things that you want to do in life, no matter what it is, no matter how big or small, is it something that you want to do? Is it something that you've been wanting to do for years, or just, things like, you should do this. Even if the outcome is not what you want, don't feel discouraged. Don't feel bad. Don't feel really disheartened. And I will tell you my opinion, because I know I've mentioned it many times. The best success that I know is my failures. I know that's really weird. So, because even if I have failed, I have succeeded because I took the action to attempt that. Instead of, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. Now I'm going to do it. It may not turn out the way that I want it to do, but I'm at least going to do it. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. And, no matter what it may be, and there might be a few things that have roadblocks, or trying to figure out how to make things happen. I've said this analogy before, and I'll say it again, and I'll give a few examples. Next weekend is WrestleMania, and I've been to 32, been to 33, and I'm excited for this year's WrestleMania. But, it's something that, may have been something that I would have wanted to attempt to go to, since it's down in Vegas. But, it's like with, my Japan trip and everything that went into January, is like, oh, that's not in the cards. And I mentioned last week that, Japan is, I really doubt that I'm going to be going again. I'm going to try, because I really do want to go back. But, that doesn't mean that I'm stopped trying. It's just there are roadblocks that prohibit me from, just doing it, just going for it. And there's a few things that I want to do, that I would like to do, and in my peripheral vision, in the things that are more important, that I need to focus on in the now, even though, things are in July, or there's I have to worry about that at a later time. I can't afford it. That I will deal with it when time permits, and focus, but in the meantime, figure out what's important. You know, I know I know everybody's story is different. Everybody's trajectory is totally different. For me, I am able to go do things that I want to do, and the only person that it would affect is me. And I know not everybody had that luxury. Normally I would apologize, but I'm not sorry for the way that my life is. You know, it's one of those whole life things. Because it's just something with me that I'm trying to make better in my life. Trying to make my life the best life that I can make it. Even though sometimes it's really hard, and the best thing that I can do is get up and be the best me that I can be. And I go forward. I do my best and trying to make priorities, cut things out of my life that I can't afford to keep on doing, to eventually reach, goals that I want to do, and take small steps. So, and whatever that may be, because, what people consider risks, in my opinion, risks can be very small to very large. Maybe you want to pursue another job. Or, I know this may sound weird, but maybe you want to try a different, brand of steak sauce. Or, maybe you want to try book series. Whatever it may be. Maybe there's a video game, or maybe you want to pick up a guitar, or whatever it may be. Risks come big or small, and that's okay. And I'm happy with the sacrifices and stuff, because excuse me, I'm just knowing what I'm about to say kind of has me choked up, because I know this may sound really weird, but the best risk that I took, and that I'm still going back to, is my Japan trip. Like, I know a lot of people may not understand, or they may understand this, and that's okay. So, I'm disabled. I have a lot of issues. The biggest risk is taking the leap and going from, the realization that every person that I asked, or it's like, yeah, I would love to go to Japan, just not with you. Yeah, no, I got other plans, or whatever it may have been, and it's like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm being drawn to go to this place that I've never been to, that I've been learning the language on and off for, decades. And in the year, and just focus, okay, I need to do this. And, pushing 40, very, trying to figure every single thing out with disabilities and do my research and, I'm very happy and knowing that I didn't want to burn out. I didn't want to I did things moderately, you know. I maximized my time there within my comfort zone. Because I know myself. I know my anxiety levels. I know and I did my best. There was a thing that I really wanted to do that I chose to wait going back to. A, have something to look forward to. Two, you know, I just don't have this, you know, with either my brain saying that I'm not good enough or my body saying, you need to rest. It's, you know, and that's the biggest risk. And I didn't know anybody in Japan. I still don't know anybody in Japan. And, there was no safety net. And I still, it's April. I went in January and I'm like, when I'm in depression or I'm having, there's like, hey, let's go through photo that I took and it immediately goes, oh, yes. And even, other stuff that I've done, it's like I've taken a lot of risks in my life. And I've been, a lot of things really hadn't turned out the way that I had hoped, taking those risks. But at the end of the day, you should, big or small. Maybe you want to try a new cereal or start a new hobby. Go for it. And I wish you the best, no matter where you are in the world. And I mean it. Like, I mean, within your means, obviously. And I know the Japan trip was kind of out of my means, but for me, just everything happened to work out. And, I don't know what's in the future for me. But I go every day knowing, I'm lucky. I'm grateful, and piggybacking off of last week, knowing that I may never be able to go back. Having that realization, having that sense of clarity, knowing that roadblock may be permanent. But I'm not going to stop trying. It's just I have okay, that's okay if it doesn't happen. Like, there's a lot of those in my life. But I'm focusing on things that are more important, that are more prominent, that, I don't know. And, I took a risk a couple of weeks ago, and probably not going to see anything come of it, but at least I did it. At least I took a chance, and I'm okay with that. At the end of the day, I am me, right? I do my best, and being able to do what I can every single day, I go forward. We go again. We keep on going, and even when it's really hard. So please, no matter where you are in the world, I love you and love the people in your life, because you never know when they may not be there anymore, and it's really hard. Therefore, thank you for being you, and consider at least taking a risk. And that's a great thing. So enjoy your Saturday, even if you're listening to this on a Wednesday. Thank you so much for being you. Until next week, I bid you all adieu.